Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Valentis Business Opportunity. We're going to go ahead and dive into our presentation for this evening. And of course, I have the privilege of being your presenter. My name is Marcus Brigham. I am out of the beautiful Mile City of Denver, Colorado. And I'm just tremendously excited about what we have here with Valentis. A little bit about myself here. I've actually been in the industry now for about 10 years. I am a true evangelist for what we do here in the home-based business arena. I believe that we have an opportunity to contribute to the success of so many people around the world. And I find great enjoyment in that because I can tell you it was because someone stopped me and talked to me about this industry and really opened my eyes and changed my life. You see, 10 years ago, you all, I had just finished playing professional football. Unlike these guys who are now making a gazillion dollars a month, what it feels like in professional sports, I came in during a time where, of course, if you signed a $100,000 contract, you were pretty excited about that. But your chances of signing a big multi-million-dollar deal were just, it wasn't happening. And so I did not walk away from the professional sport of football as a millionaire, but I went into the working world just like everybody else. And, you know, I soon learned, you all, that trying to catch that almighty dollar, trying to stay ahead of inflation, you all, how difficult and challenging it was. I'll never forget, I had actually just finished working in corporate America and I decided to put my business cap on and get involved in a small juice bar. And I was literally at a point where I was just stuck, again, trying to figure out what I was going to do. And I had a gentleman that walked into my shop by the name of Bud Corkin. He introduced me to network marketing. And he asked me, he said, Marcus, do you understand the difference between linear income and residual income? And of course, I thought I knew exactly what it meant, but it wasn't until I had a chance to show up at his house, walk through this gentleman's $1 million home, and really sit down over a cup of coffee and get a chance to understand what true residual income looked like versus what I had been doing my entire life. And you all, I decided to get started with that particular opportunity. But it wasn't until my third month in that business where I really started to understand the power of residual income. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I had been recruiting a lot of people, selling a lot of product, but I hadn't gotten that first what's called residual income check. And when I got an email that third month from the company indicating that I had just had received a deposit for $3,300 in residual income, you all, let me just tell you, at that moment, the light bulb went on. And since that 10-year experience in the industry, you all, I have been tremendously blessed to have done very well in this industry. But it's not about me, because at this point now, I want to share with all of you why I love network marketing so much. But I'll also, at the same time, I'm very wise and strategic about how I choose companies. And so you're getting ready to learn about a company by the name of Valentis, a company that I personally see so much excitement for. Who is Valentis, you all? Well, we are an internet-based company as well as a home-based business company. We're tapped into the health and wellness arena as well as healthy coffee that has an extra component to it, and it's weight loss. And so we're going to show you how that actually works. But people ask me all the time when it comes to Valentis and coffee, you know, why Valentis? Why coffee? Well, you all, I don't have to really look too far to create a conversation when it comes to coffee. In fact, it's the second most traded commodity in the world. Those of you that are here in North America, it's the #1 coffee consuming market in the entire world. We're talking about 1.6 billion cups of coffee that are drank every single day globally. You know, when I kept my business hat and I began to examine companies like McDonald's that have completely revamped its layout and has shifted over to McCafe. When you walk in, it feels almost like a small coffee shop, low-hanging chandeliers, jazz music playing in the background. That's McDonald's of today. Why? Because McDonald's recognizes that, hey, I can take 7 cents of raw material and flip it and earn a $15 profit, which makes sense. And of course, it wasn't much longer than Dunkin' Donuts decided to also jump in the coffee game. And they even went a step further. They changed their logo from being a donut to a cup of coffee. Subway now opens its doors between 6 and 7 a.m. Not to sell you a foot-long sandwich, ladies and gentlemen, trust me. But the bottom line is they also want a piece of that coffee empire. And so we're looking at companies like Tim Horton, which recently sold for $11.5 billion there in Canada. Why is this happening, you all? It's all about coffee, you all. If you think about even Starbucks, where now they made it socially acceptable to spend upwards of $5 or more for a cup of coffee. So I don't have to convince anybody on this webinar that coffee is what I call the long-term play in this industry. But I just wanted to then find out, if I'm going to team up with a coffee business, I want something that's unique. And when this came across my desk, this concept of the first true weight loss healthy coffee on the planet, you all, that people are losing weight, I got excited about this. In fact, my first testimonial in regards to this coffee, in fact, I tell people this is much more than a single cup of coffee. You all, when you think about what this product has in it, from the L-carnitine to the ginseng to the chromium to the green tea, the Garcinia cambogia, all of these ingredients, if you go, not even listen to what I'm saying, but if you go out to Google or to places like PubMed.gov and you do your own research with third-party documentation, you will see how so many people speak highly of the ingredients that are infused in this cup of coffee. And the best part is you can't taste it, nor can you see it. But I'm telling you, this cup of coffee is absolutely amazing and it tastes great. My first shipment of the product, you all, I couldn't wait to try it. I actually woke up that morning about 7 a.m. And just like I do faithfully, I decided to grab a cup of coffee. But this time I grabbed one of those Valenta sticks of the Slim Roast. I ripped it open, you all. I poured it in to a coffee mug, filled it up with about 8 ounces of hot water there. I stirred it up, you all, added a little sugar and cream the way that I always desire my coffee. But here's what happened. Something unique took place. About 6 to 7 minutes into drinking that cup of coffee, I started to feel almost like a fog was being lifted from my mind. I felt so at ease. I felt energized. You all, I just felt flat out amazing. I grabbed my sneakers and I headed to my local gym, you all. And let me just tell you, I had an incredible 90-minute workout. Now, here's the thing. Anytime you work out for about 90 minutes, most of you know you burned a lot of energy. So right around 11 o'clock, you all, I walked downstairs. But here's the thing that was unique. I did it out of habit, but I actually was not hungry. You see, right around 11, I always eat myself a pretty good-sized snack. And it wasn't until about 11:30, 11:45 where I actually forced myself to eat a banana. I didn't even want a banana. Now, here was the thing that I knew we had something with this coffee. Was right around 5:30, you all, I still had not had a full meal. And I wasn't even hungry at that time, but that was when I decided I better at least eat something, because I didn't know if I was going to faint or anything, because I hadn't had anything to eat. I share that with all of you to tell you this. This coffee does exactly what they say it's going to do. I love the fact that it's no pesticides, no chemicals, no preservatives, no artificial sweeteners, no sugar. This thing is clean and it tastes amazing. But you all, here's one thing that happened to me. Over my first 4 to 5 days, I ended up losing about 4 pounds. And for me, I lost 4 pounds in a very tough area, right around that mid area. So when I started to look online and I found websites like bestweightlosscoffee.com, and I saw how people were saying, hey, as a coincidence of drinking this Slim Roast coffee, I've noticed more increase in focus. You know, since drinking the Slim Roast, I noticed more mental alertness. Some people were saying, hey, I noticed that it's elevating the mood, it's burning fat. You are reducing sugar absorption. The biggest thing people talked about was their cravings and the fact that their appetite had been completely diminished. You all, it was the same experience that I was having currently. And so I dug in a little bit further. I started finding pictures just like this one here. You know, this gentleman, as you look there at that midsection, you all, that is one of the most dangerous areas in our bodies, right around that belly area where we carry all that abdominal fat. You all, we got to get that from around our hearts. We got to get that from around our kidneys. I look at this picture of the lady in the yellow there. She looks absolutely amazing. And so again, as I turned the page and I found people like Veronica Rogers down 35 pounds drinking the Slim Roast. I looked at this gentleman right here, Matthew Leaf, again, down 55 pounds from drinking the coffee. And even one of our more recent stories of the year, this young lady here who had been a fan of the Valentis coffee and was drinking the Slim Roast, you all, And here's what ended up happening. As you can see there, from the start of 2015 all the way through December, you can look at the size from her back and the swelling behind her back and how it just really got reduced by drinking the coffee. You know, this lady right here became one of the bigger income earners in our company because of her own personal experience with drinking the coffee. And so from that, ladies and gentlemen, I was completely excited about what we have here within the Valentis opportunity. But as soon as I, turned the page, it just got even better, because here's what happened. I also started to learn that we had our own Immune Boost product. We also have our own personal energy product. We also have another weight loss product that I love called Trim. Now let's talk about the Immune Boost product, ladies and gentlemen. When you start to look at the fact that most people don't get or receive the amount of vitamins and minerals that they need on a daily basis. Most of our foods that we eat, you all, are nutritionally bankrupt. So you may be sitting there eating a green leafy salad or eating a bunch of spinach or eating smoothies and things of that sort. But the bottom line is we're still mineral deficient as far as getting the adequate amount of vitamins we need every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, you can, again, grab this particular Immune Stick Boost, rip it open, pour it in a glass of water, stir it up. And I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to give you exactly what you need that day. Vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants loaded, flooded within that product. And then I look at the fact that we're also connected to the energy world. When you start to look at the fact that those energy drinks, you all, that's big business. How many times have you stood in line, 7-Eleven, and you looked over your shoulder and you saw someone holding on to some of those canned energy drinks? I'm not going to mention their names, but you all, people consume anywhere between 2 to 4 of those cans every single day. And we understand the compound effect of that much caffeine on a daily basis, you all, it can become detrimental to your health. And not to mention all the sugar that's flooded in those products. And so we have, again, a better alternative for people that actually gives you that long-lasting energy without you crashing, but is a healthy concept for you and fuels your body the way that you need it to be fueled. And then, of course, last but not least, we also have our Trim Prevail product, one of my favorites here. I personally like to get a scoop of ice and, of course, rip open that pack of the Trim product there. I dice up a few apples and oranges and squeeze a little lemon in mine. And let me just tell you right there, ladies and gentlemen, it's like a fresh, I call it more of like a summertime fun type drink, you all, but it gives me exactly what I need, and it also does a great job of keeping my metabolism high and working as a natural thermogenic. And we start to look at the things like L-carnitine and types of ingredients that are in our products, you all, that do a great job of really dealing with that belly fat, that abdominal fat, the type of fat that people, when you put your bathing suit on and you turn to the side and look at yourself in the mirror, you all, that can be frustrating. Well, we have the type of products that are going to assist you in getting rid of that, as long as you're willing to drink, and then you'll shrink. And so when I look at an opportunity like we have here within Valentis, you all, this is serious, because this, again, when I was under that same mindset a few years back, exchanging time for money, thinking that I was going to outpace inflation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. Those of you that work regular jobs, we already know how it works. You can go ahead and get yourself a little pay raise, but at the end of the day, you can't even keep up with the pay raise because of inflation. And so right now we see that 90% of people have less than 3 months of pay in savings. 5% are destitute. 4 would consider themselves to be financially okay. Or 1 has what we call true financial independence. So I ask people, what are your options? You can work more hours. You can get a second job. Go back to school. You can get in real estate. Real estate can be good, but it's up and down. Stocks can also be good, but they're up and down. You can stand in line and grab a lottery ticket and pray that they call your number out of, 444 million people. Or you can own your own business. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of different options out there. But the bottom line is people want a better way. And we truly believe that what we have here within Valentis is no question a better way for you. Just 1 second here, ladies and gentlemen. Let Adjust my mic. So when we start to look at all the different ways that we can earn money here within our company, ladies and gentlemen, we have a residual income that you can earn on number one. Now, for me personally, this was my favorite section because here's how I look at it. If I cannot make money by retailing a product, meaning me bring something to you and you find value in that, then I'm wasting my time. Anytime you're looking at a business opportunity, if you have to convince people that they should be on the product, ladies and gentlemen, I don't suggest that you partner with that company. That's a very tough sale, and it's hard to create duplication. Because again, the whole goal is we want residual income. Residual income means that people will purchase something over and over and over again from you because of what it's doing for them and how they're benefiting from it. So the fact that we win when it comes to retail. Fast start bonuses are also big. Why? Because we put right now cash in your pocket. When you introduce someone to the business here within Valentis, depending on how they get started, we have 4 different levels. You will earn anywhere between $20 to as much as $200 every single time you introduce someone to the business. And why did I say $200? Because number 3 is our legacy coded bonuses. When you get serious-minded people into this company, they will come in under what's called a Coffee Business Builder Pack, which basically means that they are now literally ready to launch their business, and we pay you for bringing in those type of leaders into our company. In fact, you all on income areas number 4 and 5, this is what I talked about earlier when I talked about that residual income. You see, ladies and gentlemen, every single week, we take a snapshot of all the coffee sales in your organization. Now watch this, not that you've done personally, but collectively your entire organization. So if you bring Jeff to the business and Jeff brings in Larry and Lisa, and then Lisa brings in Tammy, and Tammy is moving, let's just say $20,000 in coffee on a monthly basis, you will share in that profit. That counts towards the 20% payout that you receive on that particular pay side of the business. And so we pay 20%. So it's very simple. If $10,000 worth of coffee moves on your pay side monthly, then that's going to be a $2,000 residual income check. And that's for illustration purposes only, okay? Because the thing is, it can be way more than that. But I wanted to give you all just a snapshot of how that can look. We also have income area number 6, where we share 1% of the global volume shared enrollment bonus pool. And basically, ladies and gentlemen, that's just more income on top of what you're already earning. In fact, that can be a difference. Again, depending on how many coffee sales move globally, we'll give you 1% of that entire pool of money. And then we also, once you achieve certain ranks, can earn as much as $400 to as much as $300,000 every single month in additional bonus money just for doing what you're already doing. You receive as partnering up with Valentis. You're going to receive a website that tracks and manages your business for you. And much like you see this website in front of you, all you need to do is funnel your prospects to this particular business, or should I say your website. They'll enter in their information, and then they get funneled into the actual business itself to learn more about what's happening. Now, this is very important. Today is Thursday at the time of this recording, which basically means it's our cutoff time. If you are watching this webinar, most likely you were invited to learn more about the opportunity, which means you haven't locked in your position yet. So here's what happens right now. Even though you're just a tour taker, other tour takers have started to be added underneath your business, okay? So here's what's going to happen at midnight tonight. You have an opportunity to upgrade. When you upgrade, the system is going to sift down that power line and find all members who have upgraded. And at midnight tonight, the upgraded members will then float or leapfrog all the way to the very top of that chain, okay? So now, as you can see, Pam has moved from the bottom all the way to the top. So when Pam logs into her back office, she will now see everybody underneath her, Cindy, Sue, you, all the way down. And all that business volume that will potentially begin to add up underneath Pam will go into her business center, okay? And so I tell people, you want to make sure you get yourself locked into so that you can capitalize on all of those coffee sales that are happening. Now, who are we with Valentis? We are a company that's debt-free. We have a company owner that's seriously committed to win. We have marketing systems that work for you 24 hours a day. We have the type of products that are needed. They actually work. I just shared with you that we have a crazy high-paying compensation plan. We also have team co-ops that generate pre-enrollees for you on autopilot. And the best thing about Valentis, you all, we're growing larger and faster every single day. If you don't believe me, take a look at this snapshot right here. In February of last year, in 2015, we closed that month at $80,000 in sales. 12 months later, you all, we were at $1.1 million in sales in February of this year, 2016. As you can look there in the red, it says in May, we did $3.4 million. In June, we knocked on the door at $4 million in sales. Now, what that shows is stability. What that shows is we have a product that absolutely works. What that also shows is crazy opportunity sitting right here in front of you. But let me just say this. You can only be the first time. At some point, a brand new idea or a brand new opportunity will become an old idea and an old opportunity. And my thing is, you have an opportunity to be in front of the coffee weight loss industry. You all know how big that's going to be when you think about the fact literally 8 out of 10 people drink coffee. You all, this is huge, huge business, big business. You all, you're going to have a back office that tracks and manages your business. We have 4 different ways that you can get teamed up with this. Option number 1, you can get started by purchasing 1 box of coffee, you all. You can also get started by coming in at option number 2, which is going to give you 3 boxes of coffee and save you 25%. Or my next 2 favorite ones, you can get started at option 3 and receive 6 boxes of coffee. And then option number 4, you're going to get 16 boxes of coffee, as you can see there, for $499. You all, that's right around $32 a box. So if you look at the very first option there and it's $60, you're almost getting 8 boxes of coffee absolutely free by coming in at that position there at option number 4. And my thing is, why would you need 16 boxes of coffee? Well, here's why. When you tell someone that I have weight loss coffee that tastes great, and here are some testimonials and pictures of people that are drinking and shrinking, guess what that person is going to say to you? Where can I grab a couple of those boxes? You all, here's what's happening is, if you share this website and the information with people, most of the times before you actually receive those 16 boxes of coffee, I'm letting you know 14 of them will be gone. Not all of them, because you're going to want to, trust me, hold on to a couple yourself. But most of the times, all of those boxes have already pre-sold themselves because people want to lose weight drinking coffee. It just makes sense. You all, when you get teamed up with us here at Valentis, you can go ahead and join our ValentisDreamBuilders.com. Get yourself connected to our weekly follow-up marketing system that teaches you techniques on how to build this business and connects you with all of our live events, much like this webinar that you're seeing right now. One of my favorite quotes says, whatever you like to do, make it a hobby. But whatever the world likes to do, make it your business. And that's Warren Buffett, you all. And as you see right there in that beautiful car right there, that cup of coffee with the Valentis sign there, you all, it all starts with a cup of coffee. And what we're doing, we're building this business 1 cup at a time, ladies and gentlemen, 1 cup at a time. So right now, I'm going to encourage all of you to jump on our business call right now. We're going to connect to our corporate office. That number that you see right there is the live number to the corporate office phone. Use that PIN number, and I think you're going to be blown away by all the amazing details that are happening within Valentis right now. Thank you all for jumping on this webinar. It's been a privilege to serve all of you. Again, my name is Marcus Brigham. You all stay blessed. Good night.